Hey guys, how's it going? It's Soundkiller, and today I'm going to show you how you can make some really awesome classic sounds like the ones you used to hear back in 2014, 2015, done with sound design using Massive here in Serum. So I'm going to show you some really awesome advanced tricks and techniques and how you can apply them to your sound design to create some really awesome and really high quality wobbles, wubs, and basses. So without talking much longer, let's go into our DAW and get started with this tutorial. So here I have a initialized patch of Serum, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and first I'm going to choose some wavetables, and I really like this bussy wavetable here for this kind of sound. I'm going to set it around 60% here on the position, so right around there. Sounds something like this. And the reason I chose this wavetable is because it has some really nice harmonics here, as you guys can hear. And you can use any wavetable whatsoever. I'm just using this one because it's the one I like the most from the default Serum wavetables. And now I'm going to enable the sub oscillator and I'm going to turn down the level all the way down. I'm going to go here and select FM from sub, and I'm going to crank it up to 20%. And it's starting to sound interesting, and what I'm going to create here a nice little LFO here. I'm going to set it at around 7% amount in the FM. And it's already starting to sound like that classic FM bass that we used to make inside of Massive. And something that we used to do a lot here when sound designing in Massive is we take the randomness all the way down the phase and we choose manually the phase we wanted. And I'm going to take the level down. I'm going to add a LFO to the level. And it's sounding fantastic. Now I'm going to add a second oscillator here. I think the distorted dude might work pretty good for this. I'm going to disable these oscillators for now so that we can hear what we're doing here. I'm going to add a little bit of movement here in the wavetable. Something like that. I'm gonna add some bending. I'm gonna enable all of our oscillators again. And now this that I'm going to show you here is going to be the secret sauce. So I'm going to have oscillator A and B going into the filter, going into the phase 24 filter here, and this is basically the double notch filter from Massive. So I'm going to add a curve here. And so basically this is the double notch filter inside of Massive, and this is the secret sauce for you to create some really awesome massive basses in Serum. And just like that, we have a huge leap and a huge step in the right direction. And now I'm going to add a second filter, and this is a very common combination when doing basses inside of Massive here. So I'm going to go here, add a band 12, and it's very important that you choose the band 12 filter here. And you can see how it sounds really similar to those Massive patches that you hear in a lot of tracks back in 2014. Now we add a really high amount of distortion. We add some dimension only. And the dimension is just adding stereo into our basses. And now we can play with our LFO here. And we can create some really fun shapes here. Now one final step is that we can add the EQ and just boost a little bit the high end. We can also add a little bit of white noise here. And that's basically the secret sauce. And that's basically the cheat code to create some really awesome classic basses in Serum, styled in the form that people back then used to create in Massive. And we can modernize this patch a little bit by adding some OTT here before the EQ. We can add some hyperdimension. We can add some tonality with some tonal delay here, so we can disable the BPM, we can add a link. And that sounds really awesome. This sounds so close to these classic sounds. It really feels like a throwback to that. So now I'm gonna add some more RTT. I'm gonna add some EQing just to clean up the bass a little bit. I'm gonna add a subtle amount of distortion here, and I really like using Kiloheart's free distortion plugin because it's really good, it's really clean, it's really versatile. We can also add a little bit of soft tube saturation. That's a really good, safe plugin. And just like that, we created a really classic dubstep bass using Serum, something that was originally possible with Massive. But now I've shown you guys the secret tricks to be able to create it in Serum. So anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content. This was Soundkiller, and I'll see you in the next one.